Hello and welcome to episode 158 of Nolo Time. My name is Jovet Velez, and with me, celebrating Next Gen Week, the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good, Obed? I like your shirt choice, by the way.
Pac-Man,
Pac-Man for the
going,
win.
going OG.
Hey, so, by the way, I don't think I got to mention this to you, but I actually got to finish watching High Score.
Oh, you did? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah. So today's episode, guys, it's going to be quite different, as you can see if you're watching the video version behind Joel. There is a box. And we will talk about that box in a minute, but we do have a few things that we want to talk about. But yeah, let's talk about High Score, man, because I really really enjoyed it.
What a fantastic documentary. 6 episodes, if I remember right.
I think
And
so.
and they're not very long at all. I can't wait for more, right? There's going to be another season.
There's gotta be a PS1 because they didn't go into any of the PS1 era and Sega Saturn and whatnot. So they gotta go into that. They gotta go into Xbox. They gotta go into Sega getting out of the business of the console business. And I don't know. They're getting rid of their arcades now in Japan. It's bad. COVID has really messed them up. So uh, yeah, it really really stinks. But yeah, what about the console wars episode with they got Tom Kalinske and this guys.
Oh, that was a great,
It's
great
good.
it's like even though like it's years ago, these guys are still very they still have their opinions on, on how everything went down at that time. And it's
Yeah.
just so great to hear their insight. Even though it's like it's not wasn't that long ago, man, that all this was going down. Like it's
Yeah, it's been
incredible.
30 years. It's been a while.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like it's one of those things that you can look back on and still see the remnants of these console wars coming into today.
Yeah.
I mean, literally now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting. I really liked you know which episode I really liked. Of course, I liked the Street Fighter 2 episode and the Final Fantasy
Mortal
episode and
Kombat.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the episode that I really liked was the episode with Trip Hawkins and him about how he went to make Madden and
Oh yeah,
how
that
he
was
got
pretty
in
cool.
yeah how he got in that train with John Madden and talked about football for like 10 hours and spent 2 years trying to code this game properly and make it work. Back
Right,
when
because
EA actually put effort on their stuff.
jeez, the shade. I mean, I think that was one of the coolest things about though. Like at that time, there was no legitimate sports games or alternative games
Yeah.
to the general style of games that you had at that time that were more so individual role, and it wasn't anything to do with like we're talking about like these sports or these competitive type games in the style. So seeing Madden be that game that push those boundaries, pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It really brought it to the next level because like what they said, they had football for the Atari
And it
2600.
was not
It
good.
was very rudimentary, and you got like three guys running around. They went and put in the effort to have the entire roster and make it work and how to have a playbook and all this. So I really like that episode. They got to go into talking about the 3DO hopefully on the next season because Trip Hawkins is like again. Um, but I really really enjoyed it. It was good to see that they've actually showed esports before it was esports. Back when it was like with Space Invaders, and they had these tournaments. Very very interesting. Very good. And yeah, the Pac-Man episode with the pizza. It's like, oh yeah, look, it looks like a mouth trying to shump something. Yeah, so all those episodes were great. All very very good. The Doom episode was also very good on on how they figure out the scrolling because they couldn't do the scrolling on a PC. Like PCs weren't designed to scroll, and even back then, right, when you had something like the NES, um, people don't realize that the NES could only scroll vertically and horizontally. When Super Mario Brothers 3 came out,
Yeah.
It had a special chip in the cartridge itself that allowed the game to scroll diagonally. So they added that access to the game that did not exist because that was the first game that did it. So it was yeah, all very interesting.
Talk about the another one that was really interesting to me was the Donkey Kong segment, right? Where whoa, my light just flickered. Anyways, the Donkey Kong segment where talk about the lawsuit, right? And like it was too similar to King Kong and like
With
Kirby.
John Kirby, yeah.
Yeah, this guy, how he had to
Yeah.
really fight it and prove that there was Kong based IPs being used in other places like pizza shops and other different businesses that are using. It's like, well, if you take us down, you got to take them down too. And
Yeah.
Universal was like, all right, I'll let you
Well,
guys.
the thing with Universal, right? And I don't recall them saying this on the documentary. It was, I believe, that the sometime after they did the remake, the license lapsed for or the rights for King Kong lapsed, and
Yeah.
Universal wasn't aware of it, and they that was part of how they were able to get around all that. And then after that, Universal, um, they put out the trademark again for the license and kept going. But yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and they love this guy so much. That's where Kirby was created,
Yeah,
right? The character Kirby in the games is
created a
based off
character
of.
after him. Yeah,
That's so awesome, dude. What a great great moment
yeah,
there. Man,
yeah,
there's a lot of really good stuff in this series.
yeah.
Yeah, the way it ends, I'm like, this is the end. Like we need more. So hopefully they'll push it again, and we'll have another season come
Yeah,
out.
hopefully. I'm really hoping that they continue it because there's still a lot of history, right? There's
Oh
the
yeah,
end of the console wars, then there's the PlayStation coming in, and after that, uh, Xbox, and then Sega leaving, and then Nintendo on the ropes, right? After the GameCube and the N64 and the GameCube. So and even the creation of the N64 is also a very interesting project. With it was basically a huge collaboration between Nintendo and Silicon Graphics. So that to see would be really interesting. How do you feel about the Star Fox stuff? Because those guys got shafted real good.
oh yeah, dude. Oh man, that was yeah,
Yeah, they flew these two kids to Japan. It was like they were like what 18 and 19 or
yeah,
whatever, and
yeah, man.
they came up with this 3D engine
Just
that
hanging
actually
out.
worked on the Super Nintendo, and that's how
Yeah,
Star
man.
Fox came to be. It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's wild, man. Like these things that are staples in gaming, like came from such humble beginnings. It's
yeah.
amazing.
I'm a huge sucker for game history, so I really enjoyed it. I've been on the fence on signing up for the CBS trial so I can see Console Wars, the actual
Oh
Console Wars
yeah.
documentary, but it's on the on the CBS service, and I don't want to sign up for another
I
service.
mean, the internet's a place.
Uh,
Just,
yeah, I heard there's a bay full of pirates.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
right
know.
out at sea. I don't.
Yeah, out on the cybernetic sea. It's yeah, it's there. Uh, yeah, man. Joel, I did a thing right. Last week I mentioned that I was finally gonna be able to go to Hollywood Studios and experience Galaxy's Edge.
Nice.
I have a lot to talk about.
Let's dive into it,
All
man. I'm
right,
I'm glad you got to finally do it. It's about a year or so,
it's
right?
the redemption arc. Yeah, about a year, right? It's about
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, so I wanna talk about how the getting into Rise of the Resistance was easier than getting a PS5 to go into your cart. Cause
Nice,
cause
nice
you
one.
gave me a pro tip, right? And I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people knew about that. Cause I was able to sign up, no problem,
Oh wow.
no problem. And it was
Okay,
like
that's good.
seven
That's
in the
good to
morning.
know.
Yeah, 7 in the morning. Signed up. I mean, I still made like group 59 or whatever,
Yeah,
but
no, that's great. That's fantastic.
yeah, but I got it right like on the first try. I didn't have to finagle around with anything. It was awesome. Um, so that was the first ride. The first thing that I mean, other than Star Tours, right? Which was my daughter's first time in Star Tours,
Oh,
and
sweet.
she loved it. It was oh my god, it's so cool. But Rise of the Resistance, man. So I think calling this a ride is definitely disingenuous because it's not a ride. It's an experience.
Hmm.
It's
I know. The
it
ride begins when you're in line.
yes. Yeah.
The experience.
It's an experience. It's not a ride. This is much more than just a ride. It definitely is. Absolutely. It blew my socks off, bro.
It's the
It
best Disney's done in a
it
while,
was
man.
so awesome, dude, that my daughter thought it was real. Like,
Because you are being put into this, man. Like you're being
yeah,
transported into this world.
yeah. It
Without spoiling
was
it for people, I mean, you're literally being brought in.
it was so good, and I'm not gonna spoil the ride for those of you guys that have not ridden it yet. But I'll go around some of the details that I find are great. The only thing I'm probably gonna spoil is the hologram tech they
Fine.
use. It's really really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're using
Ray shows
holograms,
it.
they're using projection, 3D screens, and all that in a way that is very believable. The good thing is that the everything is happening so fast that you can't really see how the sausage is being made. They did it in a very nice way. It's it's very it's not transparent, and that's the great thing about this ride. It definitely is an experience. Unfortunately, the face masks do take away part of the magic.
It's true. Yeah.
They gotta play it up with like there's a galactic thing going around. I guess that would be cool, right? If they do that. But that part unfortunately does take away from the experience. But other than that, holy crap, Joel! I was like, man,
I'm
it's so good.
I'm so glad you got to get on it because I know when you went on, that was the very first week they had rolled out that new early boarding pass thing, which was the whole idea was to make it more accessible for people because prior to that it was kind of a free for all. You had to be first to get in the building. People were waiting in lines hours early before the park opened.
Yep.
Now it's like okay, people have to actually be awake at a certain time and et cetera, et cetera. But no, the ride, the experience. I mean, I just refer to it as Rise of the Resistance, man. It's just is what it is, and what it is a pleasant, amazing experience. I joke that the few times I've gone to Hollywood Studios, I'm like, if I don't get on this ride, like I feel depressed being in this park knowing that I can't get on that ride. It's just that kind of thing. Like now
Yeah.
it's like associated with Hollywood Studios. I mean, in general, Star Wars is very much now part of Hollywood Studios, but that ride now takes a huge precedence in the experience.
Definitely, it was very good, very very good, very very good. Definitely met expectations. Because it was fantastic.
Did
Like,
you so without spoiling? Everyone knows there's a walker, scene in the ride.
uh,
When you were with the walker, did your car go to the right, or backwards?
it went
Like,
backwards.
so you got the one where you got shot at.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the best. That's the best one. If
yeah.
you go to the right, it's good, but the one on the left, you actually get the walker shoot at you. So that's good. You
Okay,
back
yeah,
up. Yeah.
yep, yep, yep. Um, yeah, it was great. It was great. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, like my daughter was like, "Oh my god!" When we got out, she told us like, "Oh." So I asked her, "I was like, what do you think?" She was like, "That was the real deal." And I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
nice.
Yeah, yeah, she was sold on that. It was pretty freaking awesome. Um, and then I had very low expectations for Smuggler's Run. It was actually a lot of fun.
It's a good ride, man.
Yeah, yep. It was really good. It was really good. So of course, right now there's no fast passes. Ended up doing about I want to say about a 15-minute wait for smugglers.
It's not bad
Um,
actually.
yeah, did a. I mean, Rice was no line because you go when you're called and basically and you just walk through the queue area.
Yep.
Um, Star Tours was about a 20. It was like 15 minutes. It wasn't like even 20 minutes. We pretty much walked in there. Um, so did all three that my daughter hadn't done any of them, and I haven't done any of the new ones. We did do about an hour and a half for the runaway railway.
Yeah, I'll
That
see the 90-minute one.
that line was nasty, bro. I had to take my shoes off. It was the end of the day. It was like my feet hurt. I was like, I'm gonna take my shoes off, or I don't care. Here for an hour and a half. It's that one was rough. That one's rough. Fortunately, we didn't get rained out. Like it didn't rain at all.
That's
It
good.
was cloudy, so the sun wasn't hitting us. Uh, it was good. It was good. Got to do all the Toy Story stuff. Did everything.
You a slinky dog?
Yeah,
Nice.
did about a four because we got to the park before it opened.
Okay.
So we got to the park. Park opened at 10. We got in the park like at 9:45.
Nice.
So we went to the line for Slinky Dog, and we waited about half hour because there was like the line was all the way to the like is insane with the social distancing. These lines like appear much longer than they really are,
Yeah.
and we ended up going to like outside the Toy Story area to start the line. It was crazy.
Wow.
But we did it, and it was about a half hour wait. It wasn't that bad at all. Um, yeah, the only things we didn't do was like the two rides that my daughter can't ride yet, like Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. So everything else we did, it was great. We didn't do any of the shows. I wanted her to go at least to one of the shows, but it was already like
I
six
think only
forty-five. In
isn't like only Frozen and a Mermaid are the only
it
ones I
was
think that they
no
have.
Mermaid's closed. The Disney
Okay.
Junior one is
Oh,
open.
okay.
Yeah,
Because I know they only had like two or something. Yeah.
yep. Um, yeah, but it was a great day, man. Had a lot of fun.
Tell
Spent.
me your impressions on the land, though, dude. That's what I really want to hear as
Oh,
well.
okay, okay,
Let's.
okay. So blue milk is good. It's not bad. It's not bad. The land itself, I like how, you know, it does feel alive. I would love to have or see droids going around because you can have a dude with a remote control thing like up in one of the towers controlling a droid. No one's gonna notice. So that would be pretty cool if they could have droids just going around and whatnot. That would make it feel more authentic. Other than that, it really felt authentic. Really enjoyed the sound effects that they had with the ships flying by,
The Falcon,
and
dude.
the music. Yeah, the Falcon 1-to-1, real good because
Best part of
it
the land.
because it's really like a 1-to-1 replica of the Falcon. It was really good. I really also like the first order shuttle that's before you get to the Falcon.
Yep.
It looks really good too. Like that one, that was really like, oh man, this looks sick because it looks
Hmm.
really nice. Um, didn't go to any other restaurants or the shops because there were line for the shops.
The antique store you didn't get to go into.
I didn't go
The
in.
one that has like right in front of the Falcon. You've got like the old Republic looking statue people and all
Yeah,
that.
yep.
Yeah, that's the one's legit, dude.
Okay, yeah, because there was a line,
Yeah.
and we were trying to do other stuff. So unfortunately I didn't
Next
go
time,
to
yeah.
the yeah, I didn't get to go there. And we tried to go into another shop, and there were, and I understand Disney, right? Disney being Disney, they're trying to funnel people a certain direction and make it pleasant and not put people at risk. But at the same time, it's like, man, it's like I just don't want to get into the store because it's like I don't want to make a line to get in. It's it kind of stinks, but yeah. There was a huge line for the lightsaber shop
Oh
that
yeah.
I passed by and peeked in, but looked pretty cool from the outside. But yeah, the line itself it was good.
So it's not. So what you're telling me is it's not a total disaster like the man babies say it is.
Oh no, man, it's cool. It's cool.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Could
It's
it be better? I mean, anything could be better, right?
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
it's and but I don't think I think many people have to understand also it's very obvious that it's unfinished. Like there's stages and areas and stuff. Now they have like characters come out and whatever you can take
Hmm.
pictures with, but a lot of that stuff's unfinished. Those are
Yeah,
areas that there's additional plans for. We have yet to see
yeah.
and a fun little fact for you: the X-wing that you see when you enter in by Rise of Resistance is a blue
The blue one.
X-wing
Yeah.
out there. That was actually used in the Mandalorian. It's the first season.
Oh, that was one of
So
the patrol.
y-
What? The bounty
yeah,
hunter. I mean, not the patrol. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So literally, like John Favreau, they talk about this on the Disney Plus show, but like they literally were filming and they were like, "Oh, we need an extra X-wing." And instead of building one, they were like, "Well, we've got this thing sitting at Disney World," and they just literally shipped it over and threw it on the set.
Nice, nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. There's two. There's that one and Pose inside
Yeah,
the ride. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But the blue one was there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
The blue
one.
one
Yeah.
was there. Yep, yep. Um, yeah, it's cool. Like going to the land through the tunnel was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Transformation, right?
yeah. Like that transition from the tunnel, going from like the Muppets to Star Wars. There, it's pretty cool. I mean, I know that they don't want to get rid of the Muppets, and we went to the Muppets, and I noticed that they've upgraded the projection and sound, which is great. And I know that they don't want to get rid of that little area there because it's one of the remnants from the old area of the park. Um, but they should have again. Star Tours being outside of the
I
area,
know,
it's
man.
weird. It's
I
weird,
know.
but it's still fine, right? We still rode it and got to my daughter got to experience it for the first time, and I got to experience the other rides for the first time. It was just a great day. Yeah, it was good.
Very good,
Yeah,
man.
I can't wait to go back. Right, but right now it's like I really want this whole thing to be over.
I know,
I
man. We
want
all
this
do.
to end.
I know, man.
Yeah, it
I'm glad
stinks.
you got to. I'm glad you got to go, though. I mean, a lot of people,
Yeah,
have wanted to experience this, and it's become even more limited during circumstances we're all
yeah,
find
and
ourselves in.
it's hard to find a date too, because Hollywood
Yeah.
Studios, because being a lower capacity than the other parks, we had to like. Uh, I kept checking every day, basically,
Yeah.
and the day that we went was Saturday, was not available. It's like I kept checking, and then it became available. It's like, yo, let's do this. Like, call
Wow.
my parents. It's like, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so that's how we did it, and it
Nice.
worked out. So,
Very nice.
but yeah, yeah, it was. The line itself was pretty authentic. It was really good. The ride is the thing, right? Like that ride of the rise of
Oh,
the
absolutely.
resistance. That's the thing that you're there and it's gonna blow your socks off. It really did. Like I actually I teared up because it was so freaking cool, right? Uh, and me being a Star Wars nerd, I was like, oh yeah, this is so good. It's so well done, and the effects, the sounds, and how everything it's going. It is like you were there, right? So it's really real. Like my daughter is 5, almost 6, and she was like, "Holy crap!" Like, oh, they captured us for real. She was like freaking out. So the officer, the first order officer, actually came to her and asked her, "It's like, are you excited about your interrogation?" And she's like, "Yeah." Okay, we're gonna put you in another room.
I know,
We're
like I don't want
going.
to spoil it for people,
Yeah,
but that interrogation thing, dude, is so great. Like this
it's really good.
whole
Yeah,
area, like I don't know, man. Like
yeah,
it's I like you feel like you're on a set of a movie or something. Like it's just so well.
yeah.
They could film in there, like stuff,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely, dude. They could seriously film in there because it is like a movie set.
It's that authentic.
Yeah, yep, yeah, and even because the way they do like depth effects, like you can see out a window and you can see stars and you can
I
actually see
know.
depth.
There's a lot to take in. The more times you write it, you start
It's
like looking around more. It's
yeah,
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 dude.
it's sensory overload for sure
And
because
if
you
you're a
go
Star
in.
Wars fan, it's just hit me,
Yeah,
man.
but
Man.
yeah, I mean, I was like again pleasantly surprised by Smuggler's Run. I was like, this is a lot of fun. It was
I
pretty cool.
agree. I agree. I think people gave that ride a hard time simply because at the time
It's
There
the
was
only
no
thing.
Rise of the Resistance, and people were like, "This is it. This is the ride." Like, it's a fine, like,
It's
it's
cool.
yeah.
It's better than
If
everything in Epcot.
so, I like Test Track, but
Eh,
like I'm just saying, like you look at this land and development of this, and I think the best comparison you can give for recent stuff for Disney would be Avatar, right? So Avatar is fantastic,
I
right?
haven't been. I
Love
still
Flight
haven't
of
been to the Flight of Passage.
Yeah, Flight
So
of Passage is really cool, right? But the Navi River is okay. It's a little
yeah,
let down for a lot of
super
people,
underwhelming. It is
right? People that's
because I
like it's
rode
like
it.
it's a small worlds and kind of comparisons and that kind of thing,
I
right?
think it's the small world's
So
better.
right, that's because the rides got more going on, right?
Yeah.
But like so like you have like this like epicness of like Flight of Passage that people are like crying on the ride and they just it's immersive and all this, right? And then you got this other ride that's just like a letdown for a lot of people. Like people are waiting 90 minutes for a small boat ride. Spoiler. Um, but then when you look at like Galaxy's Edge and you're saying, okay, Rise of Resistance is this experience that just takes you that like this is what you bought your ticket for. This is what you spent your 100 whatever bucks it is for your day's ticket is to have this experience that you got right there. You get your money's worth out of it. But if Smuggler's Run is like the less than ride, dude, like you're in good
it's
company.
it's still
Like if
okay.
right, like if Smuggler's Run
Yeah.
is your Navi River, I mean like you're not in bad business,
Yeah, you're still
for the
getting
land.
something out of it because the ride is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was good. It was good. I was really excited.
Yeah, I saw your
Unfortunately,
pictures on Facebook. I was like, oh, it looks like he's having a great time, but I can't wait to hear his breakdown on it because
yeah,
a lot of people
well,
have a lot of strong feelings about it. Would it have
I liked
Tatooine
it.
have been cool? Absolutely. But what we got, I still like it. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's different, which is fine. And again, it does feel authentic. So that's the I think the most important part. Again, a bummer that I couldn't get into the shops. And
Yeah.
oh, so one I do want to point out some criticism, right,
Sure.
on the land itself because it's all really confusing the way it's set up. It has like two separate loops. Nothing's like really marked, and it's confusing just to walk
Yeah.
around the land. And that was what's the only obvious thing that you find is the milk stand because that's the
Yeah.
only thing that really stands out in the entire land. Everything else, they try to blend it in so well that it just you walk by and you're just like, what's
Oh,
that? I don't know.
this is something. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
You
the
wouldn't know where to find the lightsaber experience
mm,
if you're not a pass holder or you're not somebody who's like,
been
a
there a
cast
few
member or
times.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you need, yeah, like you would not know
yeah.
where do I build a lightsaber?
So that's the basically the only criticism that I have. Other than that, man, it was great. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm enjoying it. So Joe, let's go ahead and yeah.
I would say Mandalorian, dude.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We
that's
had
right.
we
That's right.
had
That's right.
keeping on the Star Wars theme
So,
here.
so how do you feel about little Baby Yoda committing genocide?
Spoiler alert, people. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about Baby Yoda doing this. The first moment that they have that shot of okay, this mother coming out with her jar of her kids or whatever, right? Like I'm seeing this and her eggs, and I'm like,
He's
oh,
gonna
baby.
eat him.
I see Baby Yoda looking at him, and my like super like trying to be sweaty, like going deep in the forest. I'm like the Last Jedi guys that get angry because like you have like this huge expectation and then it's like something super small. So I'm like looking at it and I'm like, so I'm watching this and my sister's with me, right? And I'm like, oh man, so I bet you like he's looking at this and he's sensing their life force, and like he's gonna like something's gonna happen. Nah,
No.
the dude is straight up hungry, and he likes those eggs.
Well, he ate the remember on the first season he ate the frogs.
Right, right.
So
And we
they were
know he
frog
likes
eggs. So he chomped down what like three or four of them, a good three or
that.
four at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've watched the
man.
episode twice already. The first time, was I was like, "What is going on?" The second time, now you can just laugh because you saw it
A lot of
coming.
people got really mad about that. I don't
I,
know.
I don't know.
I think it was
Okay,
great to see Baby Yoda like trying to talk. That
yeah.
was pretty cool.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I'm hoping at some point in the season he actually does start to slightly speak.
yeah.
No.
Um,
Dada, you are
there you are.
backwards talk.
Yeah. So confirm because when the trailer came out, I speculated that that ice planet was Ilum. It's not. It's like a random ice planet. Like there's many
Yeah.
others in the galaxy. So that's that. Um, we get to see New Republic stuff that hadn't happened before on the first season. So that's cool. Um, well, a lot of people are saying that tomorrow's episode is gonna be like blow your socks off kind of thing because they're putting like two and two together. I don't know, maybe not. So I
It's only
have
the third episode.
yeah, so I have tempered expectations for tomorrow's episode. So we'll see. Um, yeah, it did feel like a side mission thing, right? Um, but at least we got to see something different. We got to see those spider things, which reminded me of some spider things that are on Rebels. I don't know if they were the same creature or not.
So this creature supposedly was going to be in Empire Strikes Back. It was a creature that was created, and there's some art books and concept art out there that this was going to be a creature that was going to be on the same planet Dagobah with Yoda.
Oh,
So
okay,
unused concept that they decided to put into the movie. Pretty cool.
cool.
I mean, the special effects on it was great. I'm like
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
again, like yet again, we get another episode where this is like movie level quality,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
It looks better than some movies. I've seen bad spiders in some movies, dude.
yeah.
And so I understand there's some criticism behind the episode that people had certain expectations, whatever. I'm not mad with the episode at all. I found it entertaining, and that's what I look for, right? Just to have a good time. Um, was it uncomfortable? It's supposed to be uncomfortable, right? It's like it was kind of felt like it was like your Halloween / Christmas episode because you're like on a snow planet, but it's also creepy. It's fine. I do think that next episode tomorrow, I do think is gonna be more seating. Like I think like you get an episode like this last one where it's like setting up like you got almost like a side quest in a video game, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you got to go deliver the passenger here, so that way you can go meet with the target here. So I'm sure that there will be some type of. I don't think it's gonna be anything like okay, episode 3 conclusive, but so far,
But now also we got to fix the ship because it's ruined.
oh yeah, so
Yeah,
that could be a whole thing.
yeah. So
Filoni made a great cameo in the
yeah,
episode. I
yep.
love that. I love that
It's like, hey, it's
he's
Dave.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's some. And I recognize the other guy, and but I can't
he's a
remember.
Canadian actor, from what
Yeah,
I heard. I can't remember what else he's been in.
yeah,
But he was really good. I liked him too.
yep,
I like the whole New Republic sequences in general. I've
yeah.
seen those X-wing fighters, but I do wonder if they're going to have any further connections to old, like beyond like the stuff that we've already seen set up, like between like Return of the Jedi stuff and um the yeah, really mainly just Return of the Jedi. Like I do wonder if there's going to be still any other older connections, or if they're going to be now moving fully into let's build a universe, because I know that's something that Favreau talked a lot about for the show in general, that this season setting up the extra shows that are coming out. And I don't know if you heard, the Boba Fett show is starting production next week or something along those lines.
Really?
Yeah, so that which was news to me when I first heard that. I was like, what?
Wow, I didn't know that.
So yeah,
Okay.
so they're clearly like whatever's gonna be on. I feel like it's cool to have these little tie-ins from the past of Star Wars. Like that's what makes it fun for everybody, for the old fans and the new fans. But I do think there's gonna be more stuff setting up for like this is the next show, that's the next show. So don't be looking for like, oh man, I wonder if this person from Legends lore is gonna show up. I wouldn't put my money on that. I think
Yeah.
now it's gonna really be going forward.
Yep. Huh. Any updates on Kenobi? Because that's been like they're supposed to be starting like production like now. I think.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything with that. I just started hearing more about the Leslie Headland, her project, starting to have some traction. She's making some quotes now, putting stuff out there, interviews. One of the more interesting ones was she made a statement that she said people ask her what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And her response is, movie. The best Star Wars movie is Star Wars. That it's just it's all Star Wars together is just one thing. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an
That's a
interesting
that's
opinion.
sounds like a cop out. I was like,
Yeah, very safe. Like, do you
very,
know?
yeah, yeah. All of
Um,
them are awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
come
can't
on.
can't
There's
pick the favorite child.
yeah.
But
I mean, there. I mean, it, come on. You got the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones in there.
I know, man.
there's gotta be one, right? And we know
Stinker.
which is the one. It's clear, right? It's I think it's common
Oh man,
consensus that
just
Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie.
watching that thing in theaters, man. I tell
Yeah.
you, beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm curious what her project. I get a feeling we'll be hearing something very soon. I think there's gonna be a lot more Star Wars announcements. I don't before when it starts, it's before the end of this year, man. Like we could get Christmas early, dude. There might be some more Star Wars stuff that we'll be talking about very soon.
Hopefully. Yeah. Cool. All right, now, Joel, is your room okay? Or you have a poltergeist or something?
I'm safe.
Okay. Uh, all right. Next gen week. Xbox released on Tuesday. PS5 released today. Joel, have you plugged it in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Tell us about it. I want to hear everything.
okay. So and there's a lot more to be seen. There's a lot more to be experienced. I've just barely dabbled in the water, but what happened was middle of the so let me start with this. First of all, I was concerned I wasn't even going to get the console today, to be honest with you. I've been communicating with you about this throughout the week where my status kept saying preparing order, and it had
Screw
been saying
Walmart.
that since September 17th or whatever when I made that order. So I'm like this is like months now. It's been saying this, and then it's like the day before this thing is coming out, November the 11th, yesterday. I get I get antsy because it still says preparing order. I'm like, there is no way physically possible you're going to be shipping this thing in less than 24 hours and it's going to make it to me. Like, you need Superman to come to my door and drop this thing off. Like, how's that going to happen? So, I hit up the Walmart support online, and they told me in the chat, their wording was your fabulous PS5 will make it to you on February the 12th! Exclamation point. They so
In
like this
November.
the combust yeah November 12th, excuse me. So there I'm like, okay, how is this possible? They're saying it, sure, whatever. People said chill out, and then so I guess I was sleeping, but when I wake up and I check my phone, I check my alert today, I see that it says it's being shipped, and it started shipping 3 a.m. from a local FedEx. So they obviously put it to distribution centers and then send it out from there,
Yep.
which was nerve wracking because it says it's going to arrive by the 12th. It's like, okay, so you're telling me it's going to be here, but there was no evidence to prove otherwise. And then finally, it was on its way. A little after 2:30, it came to me in the mail. Opened that guy up. Super excited. I've recorded a unboxing that will probably go up either. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, man. I need to go play some Miles Morales. Well, we need to finish this show, man. I need to get
Yeah.
back to it. So I filmed that. That will probably go out. The putting on the dock on there. I tried to do mine vertically. Dude, when you'll see it in the video, it's like my torso, bro. It is big. It is a big boy. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
It does not, like, when I have the way, especially having it up with the vertical stand, it looks like a PC, dude. This does not look like this is a gaming console. It's incredible. But yeah, I plugged it in. The initial load up experience is really cool, but also slightly jarring. The reason I say that is because it's completely different. Like, the appearance is different. Whatever some of you have already seen online but you have this automated voice talking back and reading everything that you do.
Oh no, like Cortana when you
So,
set up a
like,
new PC.
yes.
Uh,
So it's just like, press the X button to go to this, or press this to sign in. and it reads like every line of everything on the page.
Oh
So then
no.
like, but then when I would go to actually sign in like to my account and make it whatever, add a user or whatever,
Yeah.
I was like it would like as I every button I press like underscore. That's it. I'm like
That's
that's awkward.
unnecessary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just for the initial setup. Once you get past the initial setup, it stops talking to you.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that, but that's what it is.
There
So
has to be some accessibility thing that they try to
yeah.
add. Yeah.
And then the funny thing was, so the first time I get in, it didn't prompt me to sign in, and it didn't prompt me to like go through my settings. All it did was add a user, and then it took me right to the homepage. So I go right to the homepage. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta sign into my PSN account, but I couldn't. It had no options for me to sign in because it didn't connect me to the internet.
Oh.
So I had to go physically into the system settings, add my Wi-Fi, and then with the moment I add my Wi-Fi, instantly it starts downloading update files to it. When I started downloading an update file, it starts rebooting. I got a really weird reboot where the screen was like split like green and like lines and all this whatever, and
Oh.
it's like, but I still could see it saying like PlayStation 5 will restart in a
That
matter of
was
like 10 minutes.
probably that was probably a bad handshake or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then once it rebooted, it came like on its own, came back up just fine. It
That
was
happened
awesome.
to
I took
me.
a picture. I took a picture of it just for like fun
Yeah.
because like this is weird.
That happened to me. I remember that it used to happen to me a lot back when I had my fat PS3. I used to have, I mean, an older TV back then in 2007 when I purchased it, and that TV was like a 32-inch super basic LCD with one
Okay.
HDMI port. Cost me like $800. Uh, it's ridiculous. Isn't
Crazy,
TVs
man.
ridiculous,
That's
man?
how far we've come, though. But
Yeah,
but as ridiculous as that is, I think
yeah.
phones are more ridiculous because you spend more on your phone than you do on your TV these
I
days.
know,
For most,
seriously.
for most people.
Yeah, yeah. But that used to happen. It was a bad handshake. Like I had to like turn the TV off, turn it back on, and then it'll fix itself.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I've seen that. I've seen that happen. But yeah, I bet you freaked out.
I freaked out. I was like, "What is going on? This is creepy." Um, Machine's super quiet. It's
Nice.
really, really quiet. It's really nice. Um, so far it's not getting super hot or anything, but I haven't really played it that long to be honest. Um, HDMI cable that comes with it, too short. Like, guys, why did you give us this short cord? You want this thing like right next
It's
to the
like a four
TV.
feet, 4 foot.
It felt like it felt like 3 feet. I don't know, dude.
That's
It
weird.
was short. I used another cable. I didn't use the one that came with it because it was just
Interesting.
too. Because it's so big, I could not fit it where I wanted to by the TV. So because I couldn't fit it there, there's no way that the cable that came with it was going to fit.
Okay.
It's a problem from that standpoint. So you might end up having to get another HDMI cable depending on your setup with your TV.
Gotcha.
The other thing was, so I get it finally booted up. Then then when the Wi-Fi stuff kicks in, then I get almost like the standard welcome to your new PS5, and here's the actual walkthrough, privacy settings. There's a bunch of different two-factor authentication. I mean, like, they goes through a lot of different features that are easy. I recommend if you have the PlayStation app. Or make sure you have the PlayStation app on your phones for all new users, because it makes it a lot easier to literally all you literally have to do is open your PlayStation app, scan a barcode, and it signs you into all your accounts and starts pinging all your data from your PS Plus and your PlayStation Network account. Um, so that was pretty easy. I started instantly pulling down the stuff I put on the cloud from my PS4. That's the easiest way for me to transfer my stuff. I didn't transfer everything, and that's another thing to copy over your stuff. And Digital Foundry did a video on this too, so I knew this going into it. I think you
Yep.
shared it with me, but it's or maybe I don't know. Anyways, they had a video on it. It is so terribly organized, dude. Like, you have to physically go through every single game that you have on your PSN, dude, and like choose what you do or don't want to have copied if you go that route. Or you could just select everything and just let it go. It's only
Okay.
like they want you to add everything. So regardless of that, I got through it. I picked what I wanted. Bring my stuff over. PS Plus collection. right there at the start, home screen, grab those 12 games, whatever that they gave us. Technically, like these people gave me like 13, 14 games, right? Because like you've got these 12 games. You've got Astro's Playroom is a full game.
Yep.
And Bug Snacks is a PS Plus game as well. So
Yep. Which
that
reminds me, I
that
need to get it.
yeah, grab Bug Snacks. And then you can also add in your other PS4, general PS Plus. So I mean, we're looking at then at that point 16 games in 1 month, basically. Like if you really want to look at it from a hierarchy standpoint, that you get right at launch, depending on your perspective. That's to me like that's a great addition to your launch. That's a great selling point because
Yeah.
no one's. Let's be honest, dude. Nobody should be getting a PS5 and not have PS Plus. Like I don't know.
Oh.
There's just makes no sense,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely not worth it.
No,
Like it's like I think PS Plus is still a very decent deal.
absolutely. No,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
I'm
Unless
actually
like
grabbing bug snacks now,
good, good.
just so I don't forget.
Very good, very good. Um, so then after that, I just basically took my time downloading stuff that I wanted. I outside from the PS4 data, I started downloading Miles Morales. That took a while. Started downloading Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I picked up today at GameStop.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I went today and
Yeah,
picked it up. And it's just like people at games, the workers were like all over the place, like taking care of people, whatever.
man.
And but they were really cool. And then I got my stuff, and I still got that loaded up to now. And while I was waiting for everything to download, I got to the only game that I've gone to play on the PS5 is Astro's Playroom. And let me tell you, man, that has been severely downplayed.
I heard it's great. Like Colin Moriarty
Dude,
was like, "Oh man, this thing is good."
it's so it is so fantastic. I felt like a little child playing this thing
That's
because
awesome, man.
from the get-go, this dual sense, which by the way, I got it right here if you're watching the video version, right? So let me pull this guy out. So this dual sense right here is exactly what it's called, a dual sense. The speaker that's on this thing is super loud and it's perfect. Like it's
Wow.
great audio quality.
Yeah, I heard people commenting that it really makes the DualShock 4 like terribly obsolete.
I would say this literally feels like it's like a generation and a half ahead of its time. Like
Nice.
this is
Wow.
just amazing. It feels so premium, dude. Like it feels. So I got my DualShock 4 right next to it here, so you can get a little live comparison of size, whatnot there. But yeah,
Okay.
but it's so the rumble functionality, the triggers. Oh my goodness, dude! Like it walks you through this demo in the beginning of all the different senses that you have on the controller. So it's really almost like an introduction to the controller with this game. You're blowing on it, and it's taking it in. You're like shaking around the characters, and you can literally feel like where they are in the controller. It's
Kind of like a more advanced version of the HD Rumble on the Switch.
I was gonna say that. So like on the Switch when they announced it, it was like you're supposed to be able to feel like you're pouring a cup of milk and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. No, man, this makes that look like it's like it's just primitive. Like this
Yeah.
is super advanced. I cannot wait to play Spider-Man. We got to end the show because I got to get on that thing, man.
We're almost there. Nice, nice. Yeah, the again, I tried since noon today, since this morning, because Best Buy was coming on and off, and I don't know, it came up with some weird. It's like, oh, you need to do something else, but it doesn't tell me what to do. It's like a freaking Easter egg hunt. I was like, I don't have time for this crap, right? I'm trying to give you money, and you don't want to take it, then fine. Um, so I tried with Walmart starting at noon, and it's like, add it to cart, check out. You press the checkout button, like enter your card and everything, check out of stock. It's like, what the hell? So, as far as I know, right, based on what's out there in social media, no one has been able to get anything from Walmart since
Aside from at
since
six
noon today.
o'clock.
Oh, okay.
saw
It's
a
from the
couple people. I
afternoon.
saw like maybe 2 or 3 people.
Okay,
Is it accurate? I don't know.
because it's nuts, bro. And then on the last one that they did at 9 o'clock, they actually added captcha just to kill the bots, right? Because bots were buying everything. Like eBay has PS5s for $1,600 right now. It's ridiculous. So Walmart tried to kill the bots with a captcha. By the time I get to finagle around with a captcha, it's sold out. Same thing, same exact thing, same thing happened. It's like, so what's the purpose of it? And then you get the oh dear message. It's like I want to get to the freaking cart. Let me go to the cart. Oh dear message. Nothing. So, like I told you, I'm not even salty, right? I got stuff to play. I'm perfectly happy with what I have. I know that I'll have a chance eventually. So it's there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. A lot of people today seem to be having a really hard time. Walmart's been trending all day, and no PS5 has been trending all day. A lot of people are not having success unless you were one of those people who wanted to spend $900 on a bundle, which sounds crazy.
It depends on what it has, right? Because if it has a headset and a couple good games,
Yeah,
it's probably worth it. But
yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for sure.
And anyone who's buying this thing, like it does take a credit hit, so you got to make sure you have your cell phone around because usually you'll get like a text from your bank or whatever, or whoever your credit card company is, asking you to verify the purchase. That happened to me when I was live recording. That's just a thing that everyone I heard that was going through it. So little tips like that helps people. But yeah, I mean, I hope that PlayStation, Sony, really gets in control gets in control of how the retailers are putting these things out there and figures out a strategy, a partnership between them on a better strategy of the release of these things, because I expressed vehemently my frustration.
It's been all over the place, man.
From the beginning, when I couldn't get it and I was trying all day, and it wasn't until live on the show 9 o'clock at night that I was able to grab one. After supposedly we're done, it was just flickering on and off, and I just landed one by chance.
Yep.
Because those servers reboot, and if you just keep hitting refresh until the server reboots, you might get in, maybe. I mean, that's just a tough pill to swallow. It's almost like, survival of the swiftest. It's like who's the fastest.
Not even because you can. Because I can. I was refreshing all day.
It's like internet speeds.
Look right now. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay.
I have to jump on the Facebook stream to see this.
Look at Best Buy right now. Yeah, so you can see it. So right now I'm showing the Best Buy page.
Oh, it probably says what, coming soon or something?
No, add to cart. It has the button. But then it says due to high demand, we're having everyone go through one more step before it could be added. What's the freaking step?
Yeah, I think it's a queue. I heard people saying that there's some queue, but like, how do I get that?
How
link?
do I get there?
How do I? There's no.
And here, so here's the Capital One shopping, like eBay 919. That's the cheapest one right now.
Yeah.
On eBay. It's ridiculous, dude.
That's crazy.
See, I keep clicking it, like it's not showing out of stock like it was this afternoon.
Yeah.
See, it says sold out, but then it'll flash. Okay, so now it's stayed, but it's been like that.
What's gonna add it to cart? It's gonna work live on the show.
It's been you know what, that would be freaking fantastic, right? But yeah, it's been really disappointing that retailers like we're not like, this is not the beginnings of e-commerce.
No,
like we've been you guys been selling stuff online for 25 years now. I mean, it's about time you look at open box. Someone returned it already.
So ridiculous. No, I mean, yeah, I know it's 2020 and people still don't know how to internet. Like they don't know how to make a website that works.
That actually works. Yeah,
I don't get it.
It stinks.
I know, man.
I don't know.
We're not talking about, you and I launch a website trying to sell PS5. We're talking about like big corporations, man.
Yeah, and even Amazon basically owns e-commerce. Yeah. And even Amazon has its hiccups. It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
It's nuts, man. I don't know how.
So my GameStop said that there was only three of they only had three PS5s in stock for opening day for people to buy in person, and people camped out from the day before at 4
Oh,
p.m.
yeah,
Three guys just decided to sleep outside
yeah. I bet.
for a 10 a.m. opening to pick up their PS5. Dude, it's like to jump through that many hurdles. You and I both said it. We're like, is it really worth
Yeah,
that? Like, I don't know.
yeah. And the reason I'm not like super mad about it, right, is that um there's no like for you there is, right, because you love Spider-Man, that's your thing. So there's plenty of reason, right? Um, for me, I think that reason would be either Final Fantasy 16 or Horizon next year. Which Horizon? What speculation now is like late next year, like a
Yeah.
fall 2020 or winter 2020, 2021. I'm sorry. So we'll see. We'll see about those. And Final Fantasy, that would be the thing for me, right? It's like I gotta
Yeah.
have this thing. So those would be the ones. But right now, you know what? Bloodborne's it's growing on me. So I'll keep suffering. It's like pain is good. I'll keep playing Bloodborne and Battlefront until I can get a
Oh my
PS5.
gosh, dude. No.
You know
Hey,
what?
there's always tomorrow, dude. Try PlayStation Direct
Yeah,
tomorrow
I'll
and see
keep
what
I'll keep
happens.
trying
There's
because
also Black Friday, so I know what to say,
yeah,
man.
I'll keep trying because I really wanted to buy Sekiro now on Black Friday if I find a sale, right? But then I saw how great it runs. Like Digital Foundry put out that video and it
I
runs so
know.
good.
I know. Those are two games that I'm looking forward to. Well, there's a few games, but two of them right off the top that I'm interested in trying on here is gonna one is Ghost of Tsushima, obviously. And then I'm also, dude, I know that the bad PR, I know they lost a lot of money on this game, but the Avengers
Oh
PS4
yeah,
game.
that
I
was
think
a
I'm gonna
huge
pick that one
dud.
up on the yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna try and pick it up. I'm hoping there's gonna be like some, PSN sale or something and
like yeah, like
grab
Christmas
it.
sale probably.
Yeah.
Black Friday PSN sale. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a good opportunity for that. They're probably gonna try and blow those out.
I already got God of War downloaded to the PS5.
Yeah,
It's great because
go try that.
how it the sync between the PlayStation app and the console. So I just leave that stuff running, walk away, and then I get a notification on my Apple Watch. God of War is done downloading on your PS5.
Nice.
It's great.
They got with the times finally.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah,
super super sync.
cool. All right, well, sir, go ahead and enjoy that. We will be back next week. Hopefully, there's some more news, right? Because this week, like, there's some stuff that happened, right? Like, One Division got announced January 15th, released on Disney
That's good
Plus.
news.
But other than that, it's been all next gen all week. So hopefully next week we'll have some more news. We'll come back, and yeah, it's you go ahead and enjoy your weekend, sir.
Oh, I shall. I shall. Oh, but hopefully it works out for you, man. I'm pulling for you, and for many of our watchers and listeners, I've had at least 3 or 4 people reach out to me saying, how do I even, what do I do? Any tips? And
Yeah.
I just keep saying refresh, and hope for the best. But there's no real strategy, man. If these things work, they work.
Yep.
Anyways, good ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, listening to our show. Make sure you stay subscribed. We want to invite you to subscribe to our podcast version on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, of course, to watch our video version if you're watching it. See some cool stuff. Obit's t-shirt. And then we also want to tell you guys, follow us on our social media. We're on Facebook Live, so make sure you're on our Facebook page, our Instagram, our Twitter, and also our Twitch account. Also, make sure to send an email to us if you have any questions, comments, or feedback. We welcome it. So send an email to us at noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Again, thank you all very much, and we look forward to being with you on our next episode.
Thank you guys. We will see you again next time.